Hello, beautiful people. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Michael.
And we are finally back here to bring you episode 3 of Moss Music TV. We know it's been a minute, but we had the snow apocalypse here, and then my computer broke, and then...
I've been in school and working a bunch, so I've been busy.
We've been a little bit slow, but now we're back in our groove, and we are about to bring you a really good episode. Full disclosure, I am standing on top of a skateboard because I'm so small that Michael's head was cut out of the picture every time we tried to do it otherwise.
It looks good on you.
Right? And I'm actually pretty stable.
Should cruise after this.
We promise that we will be more consistent and get this content out to you sooner and faster.
Most definitely.
Right. We're really excited to bring you this next episode, and we're going to go back for our live set to Denton for a band called Manifest Destiny's Child, who's an all-girl three-piece band who are just... They're so cool, they're so unique, and they're genuinely all very, very talented as well. And then I get to sit down with them, talk to them, so you get to meet them and kind of like get their vibe. I think you're really going to enjoy what they have to offer. And then
we have an epic interview of Holy Wave done by Dominic. They talk about their last album, recording of it, their favorite tours, and how they've managed to love each other this long.
Yeah, they've been a band for like over almost a decade, and they've been friends for like 15 years.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling you, when you see these guys sit down together, the love is there, and I think that's why their music is always so magical. And I shout out to Ryan from Holy Wave for just being such a gem to always work with us. And also shout out to
Jaron from India Tiger. Thank you for the editing of this interview. It was amazing.
Yeah, so we had, like I said, we run on a very skeleton crew here. He's been really busy, so I sent all of the material to Jaron, and what he did with it is just magical. I would put all the links to like other stuff that he does and everything that we talk about below, so make sure you check out these other people. And for behind the scenes, I'm going to take you to meet two really good friends of mine called Fez and Sean. Fez Moreno is a big poster guy around town. He's done a lot of posters for us in the past. Check out his work, it's totally amazing. And he's also part of Ether Wave with Shaun, which is his light show. And then they also have a band called Velorum, which they're going to do a small set for you inside their house, and the setup is amazing. Shout out to everybody who has joined us on this little journey, everyone who supports us, everyone who helps contribute. You know all who you are, and I'll put all these links below so that then you guys can go investigate on your own time. Peace, love.
Keep it weird.
Yeah. Right.
All
Bye.
Right, peace out.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm Lucas from Acid Carousel, and we're with Moss Music TV, and I am here to present the lovely, the beautiful, the fantastic Manifest Destiny's Child!
watching, and thanks so much to Moss Music for having us on their live stream today. The song is called Nail Polish. Step in. How am I supposed to know? Take deep. I don't take my We were Manifest Destiny's child.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Michelle with Moss Music TV, and we are here with our very good friends, Manifest Destiny's Child. Why don't you guys introduce yourself and say what you play in the band?
Hi, I'm Kaylin, and I play drums.
Hi, I'm Sabrina, and I play the bass and sing.
And I'm Carol, and I also play guitar and sing.
So I haven't seen you. So the last time I was about to see you, you were gonna play our South by Fest,
Right.
and then everything happened. So how have you guys been?
Pretty good. I
Have
think.
you been keeping busy?
Yeah, for the most part. I think the beginning was a little hard.
Yeah, everyone was super freaked out.
Yeah, but I think I've found my pace.
Yes,
So.
and I feel like everyone's kind of started developing their pods. So
Yeah,
you just kind of
true.
hang out with this smaller group of people that you
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
know what they're doing with their lives. How long was it before you started practicing again?
I mean, we took a little bit of a hiatus when the pandemic started just because everyone wanted to be extra careful.
Right.
So I'd honestly say probably around like a month and a half.
Oh,
we
that's
were just
really good. It's been interesting trying to start this Moss Music television because you just don't know who's like willing to come out. But then when you tell people to come out to the Far Out Lounge, it's pretty amazing here.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever been here. Have
I think
y'all
I've been here before.
I've never been here.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
very
Carousel
cool.
has been here before.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you are back in school. You
Yes.
are back in school.
Yes.
And what are you doing?
I graduated 2 years ago.
Nice.
So yeah,
So have you-
I'm a nanny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is interesting. Yeah, for sure. I nanny like 4 kids,
Oh my gosh.
like in the same household.
Right? So you don't have to have any of your own when you nanny 4 of them.
No, God, no, yeah.
And you're back up in Denton
I
going to
am.
school, and is that all online now?
um
Well, I know
I'd
tomorrow
say
you have to.
yeah,
be there.
I'd say about 85% of it is all online, but there are some classes that can't be adapted online, so they
Right.
were forced to do in class.
And what are you doing there for your?
I'm doing visual art studies and
Oh,
art history and
wow.
French.
So you can come work with us.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the creative
And
world.
you're still doing environmental science at UT.
Yes, I am. Yes.
So
Loving it.
Really,
much
so it's all
fun.
online as well.
No, I have one class in person as well. It's one of my lab classes that,
Yeah,
like
we can't really
Sabrina
do a
said,
lab
you can't
from home.
really
I mean,
translate
hopefully,
it.
wouldn't be a
hard.
great idea.
Yeah.
So last year you guys released this album, and that I feel like, so I remember the first time that I didn't even see you the first time you played at the church, but I was asking around, like booking bands, saying like, oh, who's this? Like, who's the new band? And everyone's like, Manifest Destiny's Child. And then you did play for us, and I was like, oh my God, these people are amazing. Right? You have a very unique sound. I feel
Thank
like
you.
you would have definitely been, like, if you were doing this 30 years ago, you would have definitely been on the label with like the Cocteau Twins, and
wow.
yeah, and you guys won an award at one point,
Yes,
which
we
was
did.
Best Experimental Band out of Denton. Right?
Yes, we did.
And were you surprised about that?
I was.
I was as well. Just one of the bands that we were going, I guess, against was one of the first bands we ever played with, we ever saw. Like, we really kind of looked up to them
Right.
yeah.
a lot, and we were, I guess, competing. And then I honestly
friendly
voted for
competition,
them.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Really?
love them so much, yeah. And then they called me and we had won because I was in Austin.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't able to go, but yeah, I was just very, very shocked for sure.
Well, there's so many experimental bands in Denton. There's just a wide range.
It's a
Of,
very
Yeah.
unique
Yeah,
place,
bands,
Denton.
yeah.
Like, there's like, you know, what I think is kind of magical about you guys is when you guys come down here and play, people kind of don't know what to think, I think, at first, right?
Yeah.
But everyone's like, you're all such, like, more than proficient players. Like, how long have you
thanks.
been playing?
like 13 years.
Whoa.
For me personally, yeah, 13 years.
Since I was like 15, so
Like
6 years.
Same. We
6
started
years.
playing right around the same
Yeah, we
And
went
you-
to.
Did you guys meet in Denton? Or were
No,
We
so-
met. We grew
Yeah.
up in the same town. We
Yeah.
went to school together since 4th grade.
You... Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How cute. Like,
And then we met Kaylin.
yes,
through
we
mutual
had another
friends in
drummer
Denton.
before.
We
and
did.
then Lucas was sitting in for you
Right,
for a
yeah,
while, which was
yeah.
really cool.
No,
Like,
it was fun, yeah.
We have a boyfriend who could just be our drummer
Right.
until we find the right. And then
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
you were so lucky to find Kaylin. 'Cause
Extremely.
She,
I completely
'Cause I was like,
agree, yeah.
oh, that's a drummer. That's the worst thing to lose.
Yeah.
They're all bad to
Right,
lose,
yeah.
but
It's tough.
like drummers are definitely like in high demand, I would say.
I completely agree with that.
And then what are you gonna do next? So you released another single
Mm-hmm.
after you did this, and I feel like you did really well with this. Like I know
Thank
whenever I
you.
see your shows, everyone, you are great. You're like the merch queen, right?
Yeah.
And then you did a single.
We did, yes. We did a double single. We
Okay.
released a song called Franco's Ocean and then a song called Staircase.
And what did you just release those digitally?
We did just release those digitally.
Yeah, I mean,
we
what-
wanted
yeah,
to do.
singles are kind of hard
we
to-
wanted to
yeah.
do 7
Yeah.
inches, but it just
It's
didn't
very,
work
the,
out.
the
yeah.
money on the 7 inches is hard to justify.
Yeah.
Any videos planned?
Yes, we have a
Think so,
music
yeah.
Window
video.
creeper? Window
no.
Come on.
Maybe we'll do something with
See
it.
the video for that.
yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not gonna say no.
I love that.
for
I
sure.
love that song.
I love that song too.
Personally.
Yeah, that's
I'm
like,
glad.
so then you're living in Austin. You're
Yes.
still in
Denton.
and you are
Denton.
Oh,
We
we're
live
roommates.
together.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
for
do you
sure.
have a practice space in your house?
We
Yes.
do. It's
Yeah.
And how are you
amazing.
working practicing with you being down here?
It's
And
honestly,
now the boys are down here too.
Yeah, they
so
are.
It's like less reason to go back.
fair.
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we honestly, it's kind of hard for us to practice.
Yeah.
We usually just kind of practice right before a show.
Really?
Unfortunately, that's the only time we really have time, or unless I just randomly go down to Denton or they randomly come up here. Which
And
is
you have a place that you can practice up here, or you go use the
No,
acid
yeah,
house?
my neighbor doesn't like me playing at my house, so yeah, we have to practice at the acid house.
Oh, well,
But
that's
thankfully
like-
we
yeah,
have that,
exactly.
like,
And I
yeah,
heard that is just going to be a super cool spot. They've got
yeah,
the studio all built
yeah,
out
they
in
do.
there. Yeah.
It's super cool.
I'm really always so amazed at how you are so young, but you're so professional. Like, I mean, you're giving rock and roll a good name. Like,
Aw, thank you.
And but, like, how does that come about? Like, were you just? I mean, I know you're obviously being in school helps you to be organized and all
Right.
this kind of thing, because a lot of times the band gets, you know, it's like the left brain or whichever right it
Yeah.
is, you know, like, and they don't have those other skills, which is where record labels try to come in and help. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of our goal, is like helping bands get organized.
Yeah.
For sure.
But how do you think that came about, that you were just so,
Professional.
yeah.
I think
I don't know.
Definitely.
I have a type A personality, so I think that
helps.
just helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer that we want to be professional about
Right.
it. We want to have people like trusting us and being comfortable and reaching out to us. So we
Right.
want to put out a good face, and whether
And
that
good
means
vibes.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
and I
Yeah,
feel like
for
that's the thing about you. Even though you're up there screaming, it's like not scary.
Good, I'm glad.
Scream more. So, anything else that you want to tell everybody, like that you're up to, or what you got going
Just
on?
keep out for a music video.
Yeah, visual
Yeah.
content.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe.
We need video people might be able to help you with that.
Yeah. Honestly,
we like
we should
making
talk
videos.
after. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank
Yes.
you for having us.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Thank
Every
you.
time.
Yes, thank you.
We love you.
Thank
love
you.
you too.
Love you too.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
We're
Manifest
Manifest Destiny's Child. Thanks for watching Moss Music TV.
Boys to men are always expected to harmonize, and maybe they just Ten, 9, 8. Hello, I am Dominic from Strangelot with Moss Music TV, here with Holy Wave, one of Austin's staple bands and best bands all around.
Did you say stable?
Staple.
They're one of the most stable bands.
I was more into the stable.
You cannot tip these guys over. They're so stable. It's crazy.
We got our stuff together.
We have Kyle, Joey, Julian, Ryan. How have you guys been spending your pandemic time? What's been going on with the band?
We work a lot.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. We recently, I think we did 3 kind of like maybe like we recorded 3 demos, but a little better than demo quality. And we're working on some new songs. I think we have like 5 or 6 we want to start recording.
Many.
Hopefully have a record out by next year.
Yeah, but we've been working on music a lot.
Yeah.
But also
still
having to go tour.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, music has stopped live-wise, and some bands have chosen not to move forward with albums, releases, but what led you guys to, like, decide, let's just still release the album, let's do music videos?
Well, because we had that finished for quite a while.
Almost a year already.
It was ready.
I think that sitting on something, I mean, you know how it is. You write songs, you continue writing songs, and if you have an album that's 2 years old by the time it comes out, you probably don't like those songs that much anymore.
Yeah.
And now you're having a tour on that. You might as well, right when you're able to tour, have a fresh batch of songs and hopefully a recording that you're excited about. Just keep moving forward at the pace that you move forward at.
Yeah, for sure. So then with Interloper, was there like a theme you wanted to accomplish? All your albums have this like unique theme to them, whether it's vibe, sound, idea. Like, what was it behind Interloper?
I'd say it was a lot more spontaneous of an album than our previous ones. I'd say half of it maybe was written over a period of time, and then we decided to just kind of go into the studio and really kind of try to make some magic, you know, because I'm sure you know what this is like. You have that like demo curse where the demo always sounds better than the song you put out. Yeah, Demoitus, yeah. Demoitus. Well, we decided that it would be cool for this album for the most part if most of the Demoitus could occur on the record, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also Dustin wasn't here for
for any of the
initial
songwriting
process. So when we knew he was coming to record with us, so like we kind of let ideas develop more in the studio so that, you know,
He'd be a part of it.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that you guys have included Dustin like throughout all this because he moved away, you know. But what is his like
fifth memory?
The fifth beat.
Yeah, he is. I think it's he understands us. When you've been playing with people for so long, it's not very easy to allow new people into that. You know, into that process. So for him, it's we know if we were to land tomorrow and we started recording an album, he would just click with us right away.
Yeah. So you guys had 14 days in the studio?
Well, 14 days of tracking and then 14 days of mixing.
How did you prepare for those 14 days to be ready? Or were you?
No, I really
scrambled.
I really think we showed up every day and it was like, what song do you guys want to do today? And we'd be like,
which one's the next most ready?
Yeah, which is the next most. By the last 3 days, most of the songs, like some of them were like 40% ready. We were just like, I guess let's go for it.
So each of you, what are like truly direct influences for Interloper? Like bands that you can listen to these songs on this record and think, these are bands that I was listening to or took from.
For me, it's without a doubt, I'd say, specifically this record, I would say Dark Side of the Moon was huge for me.
Okay. Hear that?
Who does that? Hey.
That's the Dub All-Stars, I think.
Duress by Frost was one that's kind of constantly on repeat.
I think we were all listening to a lot of Stereo Lab.
A lot of Can.
White Poppy, for sure.
Brian, you know, is something I'm always listening to and always trying to impart, not necessarily like sonically always, but the idea of making like an environment with sound versus just making noises.
Also,
trying to create like a feeling.
The idea of like using the studio as an instrument is a Brian, you know, thing for sure.
Sure. What the hell is a hell bastard?
It does.
There was a lot of ideas.
That was the name of our group chat, our group text message.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I changed it to that.
I feel like it's also just like an idea of how we all have potential, especially nowadays, to piss somebody off, and a lot of times it doesn't have to be intentional. It's just when you live in a world that's so transparent, you're always going to do something, and you always have the potential of doing something to kind of upset somebody, you know. And it's just like we all have to kind of understand that about ourselves.
So an inner demon. That's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what about?
Actually, I'm gonna stop you right there. My camera battery's almost dead.
That sucks.
Sorry, just zoom out that
Oh my god, I was like
I
so
was in
high
the
on
zone.
Hell Bastard right now. What is Maybe Then I Can Cry About?
Next question. No. That song's just about, I think, like your relationship with manhood, with being a guy in this day and age and kind of coming to terms with the world you were raised in. I think it's just about like the things that, you know, we're all a product of our own biology and also of the world we live in and what we've been told our whole lives. And it's just kind of like identifying, you know, yourself, seeing maybe the things that could cause you to be a less cool person and to just addressing those things, I think.
I mean, it's a very honest song. When I heard it, I was like, you guys are touching on something, you know?
Yeah, it's a pretty personal one. You went there.
I went there, guys.
It's like Boys Don't Cry, but a little deeper. You know?
Yeah. Like men always cry. What does a day look like when you individually write and when you come together to write? What works?
Kind of depends who it is. You know?
That brings the idea to the table, or what?
Yeah.
Normally, somebody will have just a seed of an idea, and then we'll just we might play it for a couple days or 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden, it kind of takes you over. All of a sudden, you realize you're in the middle of a song, you know, and it's kind of writing itself.
Sometimes we play it for a year and never come up with another.
And we get rid of it. We break up with it. We hate it. Like it's like, and then next thing you know, it's a song. Seed of My Ear was that. Like that song, we probably wrote that song for a year. Just like, if you could only hear all the different versions of that song,
And
there's
Wet n' Wild
dozens,
is like
and
that too.
Wet n' Wild is like that too.
Yeah, do a B-sides release.
Well, we were talking about actually. Tell me if this is a good idea. You know how Bandcamp does those Friday things?
Yeah.
We were thinking about doing just like one day, just like a bunch of our demos.
I mean, for me as a musician, whenever a band releases like the demos, it's very interesting to hear how something came.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course, and also because we know about the demo curse, and so you're getting the songs that they probably the versions they might like a little more.
Or like your favorite songs, like I would say Escapism. I would love to hear the demo of that.
There is a demo of that.
I have it. Just you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you my Dropbox.
It's in my garage band.
So then, what do you guys do when you get stuck? Like, also again, individually, like if you're trying to write a song, what happens when you get stuck?
Well, I think that's the beautiful thing about having so many people in a band that write songs and you trust, is that it's like watching a basketball game or something. If you're having a bad day, you're hoping that your homies are going to be there to take up to pick up your slack. I always feel like we're like that. I feel like a lot of us have written songs that maybe we didn't believe in as much as somebody, and they kind of champion it for you, and that
Like sometimes you're playing point guard, and there's like the shooting guard, right?
Yeah.
And then
the center.
I don't know anything about basketball.
Those are the 2 words you know in basketball. I just said the 2 words I know.
Then there's the mouth guard.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right guard.
I'm the mouth guard.
So you guys just passed your 15-year anniversary. If you're aware of that.
No. Our first show was
Valentine's Day
2009.
2000. I thought it was 2005.
You're freaking me out.
We
right
met.
That's when we met.
In 2005.
Me and
Well, then that's 15 years.
Aw.
Me and Ryan just hit 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, we hit 20 year anniversary.
Fuck. All right. Damn. So like, what has led to that longevity? Like, what would you say to a band that's like,
Egyptian
stick
cotton.
together?
I don't know. Honestly, like,
I think you have to just be honest. You have to be honest with each other, because you know how it is. Like,
Yeah.
when one person's not there, everybody's like, "Fuck that guy," you know. But like, if you're
that's
like,
how it is.
That's how it is.
Now you know.
kidding me? You know, like in the group message that
Not Hellfesters.
Yeah.
but
You son of a bitch, man.
you know what I mean.
Can I say that?
Like,
Say it twice.
Right, son of a bitch.
if you're like, screw that guy in front of him at the same time, then
That's fucking
it's like, no. As long as you're honest about it, then it's like, no secrets.
When you're
You gotta be real with each other.
when you're touring, do you guys get on each other's nerves?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No, but we're really not that bad. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen bands. We're not.
Me and Ryan have to argue every now and again, and everyone's like, "Stop it!" And we're like, "We have to do this."
But yeah, they don't understand that it's
Yeah.
okay. It's therapeutic, you know?
The makeup
Yeah.
sex was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So, is there like a favorite tour that you guys have had? Because you've been on so many. Europe,
There's
Mexico.
one. There's one that will go live on in infamy.
Freaks of Nurture tour.
Freaks of Nurture Europe 2016.
It was fucking 2 months in Europe,
did,
and we
yeah.
decided we decided to drive ourselves
For the first time in Europe. My brother came
Me and
along
you
with
were
us.
both learning how to drive that van.
My
Wait,
brother
what
came
was
along with us. He
no,
tried
what
to
was
leave the
the
tour
last one?
3 times. He tried. One night I saw him at a bar in France. He's like, I'm getting a ticket back home. I'm like, it's the 3rd day on the tour,
There's
man.
no Uber here.
Yeah. I think we played 59 shows and we had 2 days off. We went all the way from Ireland to Serbia, driving the whole way. It was just like the tour de force.
We didn't drive to Ireland, by the way.
We didn't.
You were tripping. We didn't drive.
Honestly, we probably would have tried if we could have. Though.
We missed our flight.
We missed our flight.
We missed our
We had to buy tickets and then train tickets. We were running
We
through.
caught a flight to
Belfast.
Yeah.
And then we rode a train from Belfast to Dublin to play.
Got there like an hour before our show.
Yeah,
which
we had
did
to
a
check
lot,
out the
actually.
tickets and see if it was going to cost us money to go play in Dublin or if we would like break even. And it was almost like we almost perfectly broke even.
So then, best travel tips for bands.
Take your shoes off when you get in the van.
Ew. No.
Don't leave cheese in the van overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
Don't do it,
No.
Kyle.
Feet health is important. And if you leave those shoes on in the van the whole time, feet are going to get worse.
I think the smoking rule has been really good to us.
One cigarette per hour.
Yeah.
On the other.
Yeah.
If not, you get punished.
I'd say. I actually, you know what? A friend of ours one time gave us a lot of advice, and
we didn't listen to it.
We did listen to it. It was before our first tour in Europe, and he told us, he's like, "Look, don't worry about money." He's like, and whatever money you make after you pay your expenses that day, just try to divvy it up as much as. If somebody needs to buy cigarettes or if someone needs to eat.
That was Greg Onlow.
It was Greg Onlow, yeah. He's like, you just pay them because everyone needs to be happy while you're there. Because there is a big misconception that tour is
You
a
guys
bunch
have
of
been doing that the whole
growing
time?
out, but it's hard work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So always make sure everyone's happy. If they need money, give them money, and don't be worrying about that kind of stuff.
Well, then let's round it out and this entire journey with what each of you thinks is the Holy Wave song that epitomizes you guys. Like, if you were to send one last song out into the Tesla in space for Holy Wave.
On the radio with that mention.
Yeah. What would be the one song playing for Holy Wave?
Playing on the radio?
Yeah.
That'd be sick as fuck.
What would you pick? The one.
A song that
we made? Is it?
that's playing in
outer space.
Yeah.
If it got to a planet and aliens were like, this is Holy Wave, what's the song?
Time Is Not Okay. That's the last track on Adult Fear. We're a bittersweet band. That song pretty much gets it all in one song.
I said Dixie Cups. It's another song on Adult Fear.
I would say
I think I'd say the movie.
Well, that's the interview. Thank you, Holy Wave.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moss Music TV.
guys.
I'm
Thanks,
Dominic from
y'all.
Strangelot, signing out.
Thank you for watching Moss Music TV. That probably is the greatest interview in musical, like rock and roll journalism, right?
I would say so.
Have you ever heard the...
Hello, beautiful people. Michelle here with Moss Music TV, another episode of Behind the Scenes. So one of the real cool things about Austin is oftentimes you find a couple people who move into a house together, and this house becomes just a mecca of creativity. And I'm here today at an undisclosed location in South Austin with our friends Fez and Sean. Say hello to the people.
Hey there.
So I know you like mostly originally from the Electric Church. I know you from King Gizzard in Santa Cruz, California. We met through like sort of the Desert Days, our whole little psych team that we have running around here. So how did you move to Austin and get started with all of this creativity that you're involved in?
Well, I moved here in 2012, and I met Levi Murray.
Right.
And I met him like a couple months after moving here, and he was the one that kind of like was like, hey, let's do a light show. So we started that, and that kind of just slowly started picking up momentum, and we threw some shows with the light show being the central
And was that
focus.
like at the old house that they used to have?
We started doing more shows in like 2014 when we all moved to the east side.
Okay.
And then like we started doing stuff with Levitation. And,
right.
And then it just kind of slowly eventually merged into like the Electric Church.
Right. So you guys basically you had grown out of your backyard. And like, why be booking at all these other venues when you could try to like get something off the ground yourself? So there was a few of you involved with that. It was you, Jesse?
Well, yeah, it was Jesse and Nate that were throwing the backyard parties.
Right.
Down the street from the house we moved into. So we were like just hanging out with them, and they told us to bring the lights, and
that was kind of how
that's how we all kind of just started working together, and it was like the big backyard parties with a bunch of people.
And then how did like Levitation and all these other places find out about you?
Through Bob
Mustachio?
Yeah.
Nice. So Bob Mustachio, for you that don't know, he is the visual light director. What does he call himself? Hi, Bob.
Love you.
For the Black Angels. So Black Angels, unique thing about them is they take a full-time light person on every tour that they go. So is that something that you would like do in the future if you guys could? Because you're now helping him with the lights, right?
Mm.
So would you see yourself maybe jumping on a tour and hitting the road with a band if it...
Yeah, I've done that before, but not with Shaun.
Right, well, I think it would be a new experience with Shaun.
Yeah.
Right?
I love getting on the road.
We would
if I can have
definitely
an
do
excuse
it,
to be on the road.
All right, so any bands out there with a little bit of cash and want a really good light show, check these guys out. So your light show is called Ether Wave?
Yeah, Ether Wave.
And then you also have a... you are a visual artist for posters, too.
Yeah.
So how did you start doing that with all of this? Because that was one of the good things about the church is you had a amazing in-house poster artist, so no matter what, all of your posters look dope.
Yeah, well, thanks. I mean, I just kind of started out messing around with Photoshop, and I knew a little bit of like drawing from like, just self-taught and.
But all your sort of like psychedelic style, because I remember one time you told me you have like 5 alphabets in your mind that you can draw out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of slowly developed from doing it like every week for just to be able to have a way to promote this DIY space that really didn't have much of anything.
Right.
So we needed the posters to be kind of like a catalyst for bringing people, and so it made me try really hard, and I kind of learned techniques along the way and started kind of just getting into the flow of it.
They also had you as bonus, so for those of you who don't know the Electric Church, they always had an in-house light show, which was Fez. So they built this, like, how do you even describe what you built there? It's like a giant countertop with...
My play castle.
Yeah, exactly, with the curtains, so you only the select could come in and see him.
Light fort.
A light fort, yes.
Lighthouse.
After that, you also decided that you were going to start a band.
Well, Shaun moved into my house like 2.5 years ago. He replaced our old roommate, and he had the same synth that I had just gotten, and we were getting into like electronic kind of sounds and stuff, and it was just really funny because we just started jamming together with the same instrument that we both didn't know we had.
Nice.
And
MS-20s.
Yeah, the Korg MS-20, and we just kind of started just doing cool like sounding stuff, and
you also have like a very eclectic setup. You even at your old house, like it's just like mission control in here.
Yeah.
So do you actually know how to use all this shit? Or is it like...
Yeah, we do.
For the most part.
Yeah, there's obviously things we don't know about it, but
So I didn't know you were a musician, or that you were a musician. I was like, is there anything this guy can't do?
I was a closet musician for a while, just making music on my own, but
right.
like I never really wanted to be in a band or anything, but like this one was more just like came together.
And it's not like our typical bands. How do you describe Gamma Velorum?
We call it like an electronic trio, I guess, but we do more than electronic, obviously.
Right.
It's not just like a electronic like beat music, it's space music.
Yeah, I know you guys have done like some sound baths and like cool stuff like that. I feel the beauty of your music is that it is really like it's not genre specific.
Yeah, I mean, how do you describe it?
It's kind of hard. The best thing I'd put it is electronic krautrock, if anything.
Right, and there's so many like labels these days. It's like who knows what anybody is even talking about.
Right, we're definitely the black sheep of genres because we don't really fit into anywhere like perfectly.
Right. And now you have a very special screen printing machine.
Oh right,
in your home now.
It's all these things just kind of coming together now.
Right.
So the screen printing machine originally came from I believe Christian Bland. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure
that's.
And then it was given to Bob, and Bob never was able to get it going, and then he gave it to me when he moved out of his house on the east side.
Right, like we all abandoned.
I just kind of had the stuff laying around, but I hadn't been able to set it up at the old house. So in this house, we were able to set it up.
Right.
And we've been doing it for like a couple months now, and kind of getting the hang of it.
Yeah, did you make that?
We've been making our own design.
Oh my god!
So this was Shaun's idea. So he wanted a jug, like the elevator's jug, with Tommy Hall on it, kind of like to honor Tommy Hall. Right. It was such a big part of the elevators.
Right.
He doesn't get mentioned too much, and so like I kind of drew it based on Shaun's idea, and it has this crack going down it and stuff, which I think is really cool. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ideas that we have that we're gonna be making soon, and Shaun's about to do some tie dyeing too, to make some custom tie dyes, and we're gonna start kind of getting it really going, and it's just seems like there's not enough time to do all the things that
Right,
we're doing.
right. So your pandemic has been pretty productive.
It's been really productive.
Right.
Like really, obviously haven't really left much.
Oh.
The
But-
unemployment checks have helped, you know.
For sure.
But I'm slowly returning to work, and like I'm making posters for people and album covers and stuff like
Now
that.
you've done some pretty big posters. Like, what are your like top posters? Give me your top 3 that you've done that you were just like, oh yeah, I just got this gig.
Well, I've done some for Levitation, which has been cool, and then I did one for Lee Ronaldo one time for this performance he did it with his wife.
Nice.
I can't really think of any specific one, but you know, like there's.
My favorite one is the Saturnalia one.
I just try to make sense out of reality with my art, you know?
Right.
Bring it to new levels of experience.
And yeah, there was some really nice ones that you did. Do you ever get stuck for creativity?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Like, it comes and goes. Like, sometimes you just have to, like, kind of start doing something, and it just slowly starts taking shape. But you don't even know what you're doing or how it's, like, taking shape. It's just...
And sometimes we just party way too much. It's going to take like 2 days.
I mean,
for
the
that to-
pandemic has definitely helped.
Yeah, right,
Like, focus
true.
more. But, you know, like, yeah, I mean, you got to go out sometimes and, like, hang out with friends and stuff. But when you have so many things that you can work on and stuff, it's really tempting to just stay at home.
You guys got pretty lucky here with this house. Like again,
Yeah, we got super lucky.
We all moved
We
from
got
the east
super
side
lucky.
where we kind of got kicked out.
Yeah.
Like first we got kicked out of California, then we got kicked out of the east side.
Yeah,
right?
we all got evicted.
California came to the east side.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's pretty much true.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
it's-
Californians. Right?
But it's been cool here, and we just recorded a little EP. It's
Right, and you did a tape before,
Yeah.
right? And then now you've done another EP. And what's your plans to do with that?
It's in the process of being pressed actually right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow!
One of-
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Vinyl! Yay!
Yeah.
Did you do colored vinyl or?
I think we do a clear one.
Awesome.
But we went like 2 weeks ago to shoot the photo out on a field
Oh,
with
cool.
cows and stuff, and
Yeah.
Shaun's sister's boyfriend's ranch.
Bastrop.
Oh, cool.
And we brought like fog machines and lights and all the stuff you see back here.
Yeah, they brought everything to it in the field in the middle of a ranch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we got a pretty cool photo of this weird film that has funny rainbows going through it.
It's such a benefit when you have so much creativity within your own band. Like other bands, like I'm sure you do artwork for other bands who
Yeah,
don't
we
have
try to
this.
be an in-house powerhouse because we try to
You
not
are-
depend on other people and also
Right.
try to like expand our vision however we can, because I think that if you just try at something you can just kind of do it. You just have to put in the effort, and if we all focus on like doing something greater than just the music sometimes, like it's,
right.
But we slack on that too, obviously. Like we don't. It's hard to get to that stuff sometimes.
Yes.
Like make videos and stuff like that.
And
Yeah,
film,
I just like to do everything.
Right?
you know? I
And
just like
it's
trying
perfect.
everything. I like.
But you have a degree in film.
Yeah.
And then you did a video, I know, for the New Candies. And have you done other videos for people around town, like Sun Machine?
I've done a bunch of videos, yeah. For Annabelle Chairleg, Sun Machine, Kepasa.
Oh, Kepasa, I love Kepasa.
K-Odyssey.
See, you need a YouTube channel with all your videos.
The Wolf when it was around,
Nice.
just Christian Bland. I edited that one that Bob distorted, and I'm it's like really nice to be part of a community where like so many people are creative and like
Right.
they inspire you also. Like the community in Austin still feels like it's alive and like that
Agreed.
it still feels like a family, and like it's
Agreed.
like we all just kind of do it at our own like level and our own pace,
And then
mostly DIY and like from the ground up.
yeah,
But it's
which
like,
is good because we have all those skills.
but it's fun and it's challenging, and it's I feel like if it helps bring people together too, and if it helps you feel better about your part in something, I don't know.
Right, it is all about being part of something. So,
Yeah.
what's your like take on what's going to happen next? I mean,
Like what you guys are doing here is great because it's like kind of like bringing this into the web where everyone's obviously tuned into right now, and like
Right.
But I think beyond that we have to kind of start from scratch, maybe like see what venues are available to us,
Right.
Who's willing to play, who's still together as a group, and then like start discovering what the new identity is. You can't give up, like if you want to do this stuff, like there's no reason why this would like bring you down, like why it would want to slow you down, like if anything it's like inspired me more to try harder. Maybe we all needed a break too,
I agree.
We were going
I
so
agree.
hard.
I feel like I've been able to like cultivate these friendships that have been friendships, but we're just too busy doing too many things. Because we were definitely spoiled for choice before.
Yeah, I mean, but
And
things are changing for sure.
For
and, like,
sure.
we'll see how it all turns out.
And any advice that you would have to somebody who wanted to kind of think about doing any of the millions of things that you do?
Yeah, just go for it. Just do it. Just get into it. And if you need help, try YouTube or forums on the internet. And if you need things for cheap, try eBay or shop Goodwill. you can get cheap stuff and do stuff you don't think you can do, and then just start doing it. You'd be surprised.
Right.
I've seen a lot of people pick up like random tools and like start doing cool stuff, and then before you know it, they're doing awesome stuff.
And then they're getting paid for that, right?
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
like in a
Power
perfect
to
world.
The artist, yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say to the people before we sign off?
I don't have anything else to say.
Okay. Shaun, we got you on film. Okay, this is like I'm not even
This
sure
is
what your
super
last
rare.
name is.
Yeah.
Right? And I've known you for 3 years. Like, all right, beautiful people. Thanks again for tuning in. Bye.
Now we're good.